I don't think any of us can. I
No,
think I lost her.
my audio on. There we go. For some reason, it cut me off and shut down. It's like, wait a minute, where'd you go? So I'm back. I'm back. Recording's on. We're up and going. So again, we're going to talk about for sale by owners. If you are working with buyers, you need to know about all the properties that are potentially on the market. So you would want to look up what's available in the area that your client is looking for and be aware that they're out there. Don't be afraid of them. If you are looking for listings, this is where I'm going to teach you over the next 30 minutes a unique and different approach to come at a for sale by owner. Now, I paid $1,500 to learn this. I'm going to hand it to you for free. Now, if you get a for sale by owner, you may owe me lunch one day, but that's okay too. So just know that there are some great techniques in this as well. Okay. Let me just say before we go into this further, I'm getting some network bunkering going on. I'm up in our Lake Ridge office. If we cut off and I can't get back on, I will re-record this whole session and have it available for you by tomorrow on my website. Okay. So just in case we get kitty wampus and knocked off. Okay. All right. Back to what we were saying before we were so rudely interrupted with your network bandwidth is low. I don't know what that means. Okay. So for sale by owners, don't be afraid of them. If you're working with a buyer, know what's out there because it may be a good match for what your buyer is looking for. Now, we're going to take a dive into how to come and connect with a for sale by owner with the hope that when they get ready to hire an agent, you are their first choice. So let's talk about that a little bit. Again, I don't know if this cut off or not, but I took a class not long ago. I paid $1,500 for this course, and I'm now handing it over to you free of charge. You like that idea? Now, if you want to go do it yourself, I'll tell you where I went and you can go pay for it yourself. But I'm more than happy to bring it to you full steam. Okay, so note that you can find them on any of the various websites. You can find them on Zillow. You can find them on whatever. They're under for sale by owner. Now, here's what I want you to do. If you're thinking you would like to work for sale by owners, even if you picked up one or two a year, that's one or two more than you had without it. Look in the area or the footprint in which you are working and see if there's a lot, a little, none, because sometimes it varies. So just kind of take a look in your footprint to see what is out there. Rule number one, your safety always comes first. Gentlemen, yes, that applies to you as well. If you are uncomfortable, always, always, always take either a spouse or another agent with you when you're going to go by and preview the house. It is okay. There's safety is first and foremost. Second thing you will do is you're going to map this out. You're going to determine, like any other pillar you would do, when are you blocking time off on your schedule to look them up, do a little research on them, and make arrangements to go see them. So again, time blocking or it won't get done. You want to do the teeny bit of research ahead. Now, as a reminder, I've got all the handouts you need. So take notes as we go through this and know that when I upload this, I am also going to upload these handouts and have them available either A, on my website, lynnhamilton.samsonproperties.net, agent resource tab, or agent resource center, handouts, which is the top button now. When it drops down, handouts, I'll have it in there for you as well. Okay. As you're prepping, you've found a property, you want to pull the fruit bowl flyer, which is again is available for you now as a handout on my website. I believe they also have this in Cardinal Nest for you. At some point, we're going to make sure it's all there. But for right now, I know that it's on my site. You want to run through, based off that property address, what it shows that they've listed it for, and what do all the other sites have to say for their pricing point. Okay. If you have not ever done this worksheet, go get it, print one out, do it for your own personal property, and see how the difference of pricing is. Remember, the reason we call it the fruit bowl is because you need to compare an apple to an apple. When you go online, or when the consumer goes online, they are getting nothing more than AI, artificial intelligence. Zillow, Redfin, Realtor, eAppraisal, any of these other platforms, RPR, any of them are all artificial intelligence. They take into consideration the location, the amenities. What it does not take into consideration is the third component, and that is the condition of those amenities. The condition of the amenities, or the upgrades or the downgrades, can alter a price $30,000 to $100,000. So part of our job, as you know, is to educate the consumer on how the business of real estate works, and understand that the consumer is assuming, we all know what happens when you assume things, that, well, Zillow said it was this amount. Well, yeah, but they take two of the three components into consideration. You, as an agent, are able to say, until a professional like myself is able to come see the amenities, see what shape they're in, and what upgrades you may have made to your property, we cannot really give you a full assessment of value or estimation of value. There you go. Again, educate the consumer that all they're getting is AI. All right. So you've done this little worksheet. You've got it in your little, reference pile, and you're now ready to reach out to that homeowner. So here's a couple of tips. And again, all of this is going to be in the handouts that'll be available to you, but just kind of pay attention and absorb this in and ask yourself, is this something I could do? Is this something I want to do? And I'll hand you the $1,500 worth of techniques to make it happen, coming at them from a different approach. You do not say to them, so I'd like to come in and list your home, because they're hearing that from a handful of agents. If they wanted to list it, they'd have listed it by now. They're playing stubborn, thinking they can possibly do it themselves. Now, for sale by owners fall into one of two categories. They're either idiots, or they're a past real estate agent who thinks they can do it themselves. Either way, we all know. Let me give you a stat. 83% of for sale by owners will eventually list with a real estate agent. 83%. 60% of for sale by owners will agree to an appointment. But since you are coming at them from a different approach, your odds of getting your foot in the door are exacerbated up to about 90%. Occasionally, they will tell you no, which is stupid, because again, when you handle the call from the beginning correctly, the door is open. So we're going to get to that. Oftentimes, a property that is a for sale by owner is overpriced. which is why it hasn't sold. Also, this is why you do the fruit bowl, so you can see what has happened. There are 3 key questions you want to ask when you put the call into them. And if you're jotting them down, here they are. First one, is the property still available? Can I add your property to my list of available and off-market properties? Can I add you to my list? Third question is, I would like to come and just take a quick peek at the property. Is this evening at 6 or tomorrow at 10 more convenient for you? So when you ask that question, you want to come and see, you give them 2 options that is convenient for you. Okay. What you will be doing and doing with this is you are creating a list of unlisted or off-market homes, because it's your job as a real estate agent representing a buyer to know what the inventory is. Their property is part of the inventory. All right. So when you actually pick up the phone to call them, you would say, hey, my name is da-da-da, da-da-da. Obviously identify yourself, but I'm calling regarding the home for sale on 123 Main Street. I think it's the brown one with the white, trim. Is it still available? They will probably tell you yes. I want to add it to my off-market list of properties for potential buyers that I may be working with. Potential buyers I may be working with. Part of my job is to know what the inventory is. Your property is part of that inventory. I would like to come by and take a quick peek. I only need about 5 to 10 minutes. Would this evening at 6 or tomorrow at 10, you can specify, work better for you? Give them 2 options that are both convenient for you. All right. Now, if they're answering the phone, again, we don't know if they're retired. We don't know if they're working from home. We don't know any of their details yet. Okay. So you set up the appointment. Great. Thank you very much. I will see you this evening at 6 or tomorrow at 10, whatever it is. There you go. Now, when you go to see it, again, part of the handouts that I'm going to have for you is a preview sheet. Print it out, have it on a clipboard or on a clip on a file folder, because you're going to go in and take notes. One of the things you're going to ask them about is, I don't know, age of the roof, appliances, what conveys, what doesn't convey. You may even go as far as asking if they've created a flyer for the property that you can take. Chances are they haven't. Okay. But ask some key questions. And again, your little worksheet is going to help guide you on that. Here is where you can drop the mic. I'm going home. You can ask questions along the lines of, so have you had many showings of it? Have you had much interest? How did you determine the list price? Because again, you've already done your homework. You've checked on the MLS what is active, pending, and sold in that area, as well as ran your little list off your fruit bowl. So you know more information going in, but you just don't give it to them all right up front. So ask them how it's been, if they've been getting a lot of previews or anything. And then ask them, how have you been marketing the property? How are you getting the word out about it? They may go, well, I put it on Zillow and I have a sign out front. Okay, that's starting the right direction. That's a start in the right direction. Now, you're going to ask for a quick tour. You're going to ask a couple questions about age of appliances, age of the roof, age of the HVAC. Again, depending on the price point, your expertise will kick in. You will be able to determine based off your skill whether this is a first-time homebuyer property or a move up or move down property. Here's the other thing that you will do your homework ahead of time. I'm just going to use this as the example because it's easy to do the math off of it. Let's say the property is listed at 300,000. One of the things that you will ask a lender ahead of time is if a first-time home buyer is purchasing a property for 350,000, what is the amount that they need down? What does their FICO score need to be? And what is the income range that is needed to qualify for that price point? The lender can tell you. Now, frankly, I would, if I were you, because I did it, took my lender for coffee, and I had the various price bullet points down. They had their little calculator, and they said, okay, 3 to 350, they need to have, again, I'm just making up the numbers for the example. They will tell you they need 1 to 3% down. They need a FICO score of 620 or above. They need an average income of 100,000 or above. Okay. And then the 350 to 400 price range, what's the numbers? 400 to 450, 450 to 555 to 550, 550 to 600. You have you have your little cheat sheet of those numbers. Now you know. Okay. So I'm previewing the house. I'm asking a couple of questions. I want to add this property to my list of potential properties available because, when I work with buyers, I need to know what the inventory is. This happens to be part of the inventory, and it's my job to know what's out there. So I would then ask those other key questions about how did you price it? How's the showings been? How are you marketing it? And then I would turn to them, and I would already have this memorized and practiced out because I'm going to hit it real fast. So, Mr. Homeowner, I'm assuming that you are aware that your buying pool for this property is going to have an average of a 630 or above FICO score, an annual income of 100,000 or more, and may have kids because this isn't a great school district, and because the yard is fenced, they may have kids or animals. Is that who you're targeting? And they're going to look at you and go, yeah, I guess. You've said it fast enough that it proves to them you know your stuff because you target market and they're sitting there scratching their head. That's what you want. You don't give them any other explanation or anything. And if they ask you, say, as an agent or professional in this industry, I always customize the marketing for every listing I take and every property that I deal with. And then I customize the marketing strategy to tap into the buying pool. And you keep walking and you keep talking. So that would be kind of the script, if you will, that you want to be able to go boom, da da boom, da da boom, da da boom, da da boom. And you got that information directly from a lender. Typically, the annual income needs to be a third of the list price. This is why I use this example of a $300,000 listing because it's easy to calculate. That's $100,000 income or more, a FICO score of 630 and above, annual income of 100,000 or more, probably with kids because it's got an excellent school district. And this is a 4 to 5 bedroom house. Now, if it's 2 bedroom, not so much. It's got a fenced in yard. So your potential buyer is probably going to either have children or animals. They need a fenced in yard. Okay. So you've gone boom, 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 boom. Keep going, keep walking, keep talking, and move on. Let them think about it and go, dang, I didn't know that, and let it marinate in. Okay. Then you're going to, then you can even ask, is that who you're marketing your home to? And they're going to go, I guess. Don't have a clue. All right. You've dropped your, I know what I'm doing bomb, but you keep on going. Then you're going to say, you're going to ask if you need to take a picture or two, ask permission if they don't have a flyer, because I'm going to bet you $5 they don't have a flyer. Then say, may I call you every Monday when I update my list? I will just ask if it's still available, and that way I can keep you active on my list. You can do it now. Do you want a phone call or do you want a text message? Which do you prefer? There you go. At this point, you're going to leave this little packet behind. Obviously, you're going to put your information on it, but it is helpful tips for a for sale by owner. In here it's just a quick letter. Dear homeowner, thank you for allowing me to preview your home and place it on my off-market roster, blah, 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 blah. Again, adjust that letter if you want. Leave it as it is. I don't care. And then, again, it's right here, so you don't forget. As a thank you for allowing me to preview the home, I would like to offer you, you can say 5, you can say 10 complimentary property flyers that you can hand out to whoever comes to preview the home. With that, I would like your permission to take 3 to 4 pictures of the property for you. I'll do one from the outside when I leave. What are the other 2 or 3 spots in the house or the yard that you would like to feature? Gang, do not take a picture of the bathroom unless it's a spa bathroom. If it is an open concept, you want to back up so you can take one picture that shows the openness of how the one room flows into the other. Kitchen is always a nice one. Backyard is always a nice one. And then 1 or 2, you don't need bedrooms. You don't need bathrooms. You're just taking 4 pictures, but the homeowner is telling you which ones they're okay with you taking. Okay, so you just snap them on your phone. That's it. Then I'll create a basic flyer for you. I'll bring it back and okay, so I'll have it done by tomorrow afternoon. Can I swing back by about 6 and just drop them off? Okay, now pay attention to this one, because it is not an official listing. You do not put your name on that flyer anywhere. You do not put your company logo on it anywhere. You do not put your phone number, your email, your website, nothing on it that would imply to anyone else that you are the listing agent, because at that point in time, you are not. Are we crystal clear on that one? Okay. You will go back to your office. You will drop the picture of the outside of the house inside. You'll put 3 pictures in. Again, if you need a few tricks on maneuvering a Word document, I'll have instructions on my website under the how-to, and you can move them around. For sale by owner, 5-bedroom, 3-bath, 1,700 square feet, whatever. Again, basics, basic. On the bottom of it, you will ask the homeowner, if somebody is interested, do you want to have your first name on here only? What do you want it to be? They may say Rob or Robert or Bob or Bobby, whatever. Do you want a phone number or an email address on here? Which would you prefer? They will tell you that, and you're writing it down, okay? And that is all that goes on it. Nowhere, no way shape, or form do you imply in any way that you are the listing agent? Do I have a template? We will. Okay. So you've got that, dropped in and done. And you're going to come back in a couple of days. You can run 5 copies for all I care. You can do 10, whatever, adjust the number in here to 5 or 10 or whatever you want to do, and just take a couple back. That's it. As a thank you for letting me come in and preview the house and add to my list, there you go. Nowhere on there is any of your information. It looks like they did it. That's what you want. Okay. In this little packet that you're also going to leave with them, this is where you will add the hello, my name is, and you'll tell them just a little bit about you, not much. QR code that goes to your website. If you want, it can be under testimonials, whatever. Okay. Again, you're going the basics. On this that you're leaving with them, it also says, I know you have 100 questions. Let me answer a few of them. Here's some information all sellers need to know. This is taken directly from our seller consultation. And it says, every seller, your property value is determined by today's market, competing properties, available financing, buyer's perception of your home's overall condition and appeal, economic conditions in the area, buyer willing to pay for it, supply and demand, location, amenities, and condition of the amenities. Again, this is right out of your seller consultation. All right, the next page over again, there's nothing you need to do on that page. Your property value is determined by 5 bullet points. In this market, it is vital to remember that what your property may comp for, appraise for, and sell for can be 3 different things. Factors that do not affect the value of your property. What you paid, what you need, what you want, what the neighbor said, what the assessor says, the cost to rebuild, or what you've spent on repairs or remodeling. Okay, you're leaving this with them. You are not going through it with them. You are just leaving this packet with them. Factors that every seller needs to know. Bottom line, it comes down to the price. If you are getting showings but no offers, it's priced too high. If you're getting showings and still no offers, you're still too high. If you're getting showings and an offer, you nailed it. Location, amenities, and condition of the amenities is what it is. I then include and have in here the little fruit bowl worksheet that is right there for them. And then I have the little bottom section that says what's going on in your area. I would just write right in there, or I would type it in before I printed it out. What I would put in here, and I'm actually going to update this, so I'm going to write it as we talk. Number of homes that are currently on the market in their area, price range, days on market. So it lets them see that you are well aware of what's going on in the area. And if they ask about that, so currently there are 27 homes that are on the market in the price range here that you're competing with. Price ranges from this price point to this price point for a similar type property in this area. Days on market in this area are averaging about X number of days. You get the days on market based off of what is pending and what is sold. That's where you get the average days on market from. Price range, again, if it's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, what's the price range on 4-bedroom, 3-baths? It's a range. And the number of homes that are currently on the market, currently pending, and have sold in the last 30 days. That shows them what their competition is. And it shows them that you know what the heck you're talking about. Boom. I'll up this before I download it. All right. Last pages of the handout that or the little packet that you're going to leave with them is bonus tips. There are some creative and inexpensive ways to beef up the curb appeal, because just like going to the mall, people are going to drive by, and if they're not impressed from the get-go, they're just going to keep moving. So it gives you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bullet points of how to spruce up curb appeal. Then what the bonus is to add the character by solar lights, or freshening up the front door with a fresh coat of paint or a wreath. And then the last part of here for them is safety tips during showings. Because the sad reality is, and it says right on here, do not let visitors roam freely through the property. Walk with them. Keep an eye on your personal jewelry, medication, and car keys. If you are uncomfortable with them at any time, let them know this is not a good time and they need to reschedule at another time. Always ask to see their driver's license and take a quick snapshot of their driver's license, because again, they may be giving you a false name when they come in. We like to assume that everybody's on the up and up. The reality is sometimes they're not. Unfortunately, for sale by owners are sometimes the target of scammers and scams, or they will come in, distract you, try to unlock a door or a window so they can access the property later when you're gone. We deal with this all the time in the real estate world, which is why we check and double check. And also with open houses, the same. We check and double check. And then the last reminder there is, after a showing, we're recommending that they walk back through the property to make sure that all doors, windows, gates are secured and nothing has been left ajar. Now, that is going to impress them. You have never asked about taking the listing. You are coming at them like the Uncola. You're coming at them with information that nobody else is providing, and you're creating that, wow, okay. Next bonus sheet in their handout is just in case they want to track who has come in to preview the property. I've just left you a little sign-in sheet in case you never need to use it. These are stapled and given to them. You can mention real quick, what I've got here for you is, obviously, I would like to thank you for letting me come in. May I do 5 flyers for you for the next people that come in? Here's some information you can kick back and look at later. I've taken a look at what's going on in the market for you. I'm sure you've got that information as well. No, they don't. And then the other information and about the safety. There you go. 30 seconds. You hand it to them, and there you go. You are now about ready to leave. Do not ask them yet. Or you can, I guess, if by chance you had a buyer, are they comfortable and able to offer any concessions, not compensation, concessions, if a buyer needs them? They may look at you in the glazed over look and say, I don't know what concessions mean. You got an idiot trying to sell their own home. Okay. From there, thank you for your time. I'm going to get out of your way. I promised you 5 or 10 minutes. I think I've overstayed my welcome. Thank you very much. I will get these flyers done. I will bring them back to you. You've got their email address. You've got their phone number. And in follow-up, you will call them on Monday, because that is the day I update my roster of off-market or available properties. That is the day I update my roster. So I will check in with you on Monday. Okay, there you go. Now, after you checked in with them on Monday, all you're asking is the property still available? Oh, it hasn't sold yet. Okay. That's it. That surprises me. I thought it would. Okay. Don't give any more explanation, any more information. Move on. Then Monday evening or Tuesday, you will then either mail to them in the mail, snail mail. That's why I say everybody needs to get a roll of stamps and have it on your desk, or you can email it to them as attachment. We have a couple of additional free reports for a for sale by owner with basic little tidbits of 7 reasons why a for sale by owner fails. 11 reasons why it may not be the smartest thing in the world to do a for sale by owner. These are additional free reports that you're going to provide to them. We already have them. We got a couple of them in the works, a couple of them are already done. We're going to make sure that all of this is available to you at a quick download and grab and go. Okay. So you will drop that information out to them during the week. Follow up with Monday. Is it still on? Is it still available? At some point, they're going to go, Donna, just get your butt over here and list the property. And you're going to go, oh, okay, yeah, I can do that. Because they have quickly discovered that you know what you're doing. They have determined they don't know what they're doing. Because you've given them the little, to the point that they're going, okay, well, maybe you do know your shit, and maybe I do need to get you in here to list it for me. That is what you're going after. After a week or so, maybe 2, maybe 3, and you can ask them, are they doing an open house? I'm going to guess they're not. If you decide that you've had enough, I'm here when you, if you're ready, just kind of give them that out. If and when you're ready, let me know. But if not, I wish you the best. I will keep you on my list of off-market properties in case I come up with a buyer that this property meets their needs for. There you go. That is it. You have come at them with a completely different approach from other agents who are going, oh, I'll list the house for you. Well, they know that. But they are probably been bombarded with, I can list it for you. I can list it for you. You're coming at them like the Uncola with a different approach and providing information for them. And then when they're ready and they realize that this property still hasn't sold, because the average days on market are usually 7 to 10 days. How do they know that? Because you gave that to them in your little info sheet. They're now realizing their property hasn't sold yet. You're then able to come back with them. The intent is, again, 89% will eventually hire an agent. You want to be in that 80, it's 83%, I take that back, in that 80 to 85%. If they don't, that's okay too. Okay, you've talked to buyers and you've talked to sellers before that never turned into a listing or into a buyer contract. You are marketing yourself, coming at them from a different approach and bringing them information of value that they're not getting from anybody else. There you go. Okay, so does that sound like something you could do? Because we're going to hand you everything you need. Now, I made a couple of notes as I was going through this with you. I will do an update on it, and I will post the new update. I will ask our marketing department to quickly create me a flyer template, or if not, I'll show you how to do it yourself because you can just do it in Word. If you already know and savvy on Canva, you can do it in Canva. But the main thing on that flyer, nothing, no way, shape, or form is your name, Samson, your number, your email, your phone number, your web, nothing is on it from you. It is strictly as if the owner did it for those that may be coming in. There you go. You are not implying in any way, shape, or form that you are the listing agent. Okay, are we crystal clear on that one? We'll make sure you all stay out of trouble. All right. All right. This is a great technique. Yes, I know agents that have used it, and literally after a couple of weeks of touching in with the homeowner, they finally said, "Hey, can you come and talk to me? Obviously, my marketing isn't working." Because at one of the bullet points that comes into them a week or so later is that, you know, when you market properties, you have a strategic, customized marketing strategy based off where the buyer pool is at for that property. There you go. Okay. If you have missed the training, the class, if you have missed the class on the seller consultation, I just redid it in Chantilly the other day. It will be uploaded. If you need the new buyer or seller consultation that I teach with, and you want it in a Word document, email me and I'll shoot it out to you. I've yet figured out how to do a Word document with a link that you can get it not into PDF, but as a Word. Still going to work on that. But just know that that is all of that's available. And you do need to master your skills and master your craft and your skill set on it, so that you can wow them and win the listing or confirm the buyer to be working with you. Okay. All right. I apologize for the internet interference. I will go back and listen to this to make sure that it has been smooth. If it is not for any reason, I will re-record it in the morning and get it uploaded by tomorrow afternoon. I will get the updated of the handouts for those that are live. This applies. I will have the updates done and posted on my website. Again, lynnhamilton.samsonproperties.net, agent resource tab, and it'll be under the listen and learn. And I'll have them there for you as well. Okay. All right. Hopefully this has been helpful. Any comments, any thoughts, any, yes, wow, that was dumb. That was good. That was what I needed. So
A couple of questions in the,
Jennifer?
there's a couple of questions in the chat.
Okay, let me see. Okay. What if they ask for more flyers the next week? You know what? I would do 5 at a time. A good question. Thank you. I would do 5 at a time. Okay. Again, what's it cost you to print 5 flyers from your home office or your office in, you know, or heck, once you create it, save it in PDF, you can give it to them. They can print their own. Either way, they know it's from you. So there you go. And again, we've got in the instructions they hand us will be the kind of the method of the follow-up afterwards. So there you go. What if you do have a buyer for the home? Okay, then at that point, the question is, you would ask the seller, and here's a great way to do it. Am I correct in assuming that you would be willing to consider concessions needed by the buyer? Am I safe in assuming you are willing to consider any concessions that the buyer may need to move forward with the purchase of your property? Okay, they will tell you yes, they will tell you no. And like we're doing in any other offer, the buyer would write into the offer what they needed. Okay. At that point, you have an unrepresented client because they're doing it themselves, and you've got your client, the buyer. If they decide that they want an agent, I'm never one that wants to do both ends, especially on a FSBO. I would get another agent, say, would you be willing to do it? I think we can negotiate the 2 and whatever the buyer needs. You just have that discussion like you would and see what they say. If you need help, if that pops up, let me know. Okay. Where is a good place to look for FSBOs? Go into your realtor.com, your Zillow, any of those general platforms. There is Some have even told me that it's in the MLS. I forgot to look. But you can look for sale by owners. So look on those various platforms and see what pops up in your footprint and in your area. This is the detailed session for sales. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Sharon. You're finding it very helpful. Thank you very much. That's what I want. I want to be able to give you the tools, the what to do, when to do it, how to do it, why to do it, what not to do, and why. So if you choose to run with it, you're going full steam ahead, not stubbing your toe and banging your head against a brick wall. Okay. All right. If you need me, do not hesitate to shoot me an email. You all know it is lhamilton@stamsonproperties.net. And if you have any questions on it, shoot me an email. I'll be happy to answer it when I can. And again, these are going to be updated. So if you're watching it, probably if you're watching this well after March 6th, they're probably already done and up for those that are live with me. Give me 24 to 48 hours and I will have them up and done for you. Okay. So that you can customize it and run with it. All right, my friends, you are more than welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you taking the time. And Jennifer, I trust you're not driving because seatbelt's coming over this side. So you're the passenger. Okay, good. Smart on that one. It's good to see everyone. I love scrolling through and seeing who's on my screen with me. And again, thank you for taking your time. Hopefully this has been helpful. It is a great niche because not everyone is going after it. So go be awesome. Go be wonderful. And remember, I don't care what you know. I want to know what you're doing with what you know. Go be awesome. I'll see you soon. See you in the next
Thanks,
session.
Lynn.
Bye-bye. Thank you.